Hello, I'm Dragos, and in this video we're going to take a look of some of the tools that can help you code with AI. These tools are tools like Bolt.new, Bolt.diy, WindSurf, ROO Code, or Cursor Z and Trae. So I've tested all of these tools and see how it's working on a project. Besides that, we are going to see how some of the LLMs are doing when you want to code something. I've tried the default things from Bolt.new. I've used Bolt with the DeepSeek. I've tried also the WindSurf and the Trae framework with the default LLMs that are coming in there. I've also tried the Gemini 2, the free one with experimental one. I tried with Codestral. I've tried the OpenRouter DeepSeek because the DeepSeek website is not available right now. So yeah, in this video we're going to go and see how all of these tools are doing in creating a project. I will not go through all the steps. I will just show you the conclusions and what every tool helped me build. So yeah, for this video we're going to use Astro. So for the one that doesn't know, Astro is a framework that can help you create static websites and dynamic websites. It's well known and I'm using it for my blog because it's fast and you can use various coding frameworks in there. You can use Svelte if you want, you can use React or other things that you want. And yeah, this is their website and you can go and check if you are not aware with Astro. My blog is built with Astro and I have using it for some time. I'm not an expert in this, but I wanted to build with Astro on a directory website. So basically on directory websites, it's an websites that I want to create and have like a directory for tools, open source tools and web tools and alternative to some of the things that are out there. Like for instance, if you want to have an alternative to Airtable, there are some open source tools that you can host. So I wanted to create something in Astro for this, just to help me categorize all the tools that are out there and yeah, eventually create maybe a portal. I'm gonna use more complex scripts that will help me create all of these things. And in here, let's go and check the scripts for a little while so you can understand it. Let me put it in here. And in here, I have created this script. So yeah, basically I want to tell it to create 3 sections that I've told you with self-hosted tools and alternatives and online tools. And in here, I want to put everything in Markdown, and this is what every Markdown should have, like title, publish date, logo of the tool, image with the UI description, key features, check it button, the category, alternative to for some of the things, and I tell it what to use in the alternative section with the self-hosted section. Go in here in more details of what should have. In this area, I have also tell the stack that I want to have. So Astro with Tailwind, CSS, and also to have a dark and light mode. And what are the functionalities in this area, like to be able to filter some of the things in there, to have a SEO and things like that, pages for everything. And in here I have split everything into steps, so to be easier for the LLM model to understand and do things. When I tested it without these things in the past, it didn't really do a very good job, and that's why I've decided to create some steps to help the LLM just do these things in steps, because I've seen better results. And yeah, I mean, the steps are to install everything first, to create the content collections in Astro, because yeah, you will need content collections to work with Markdown, to create a unified layout for everything with SEO optimization, to create components, just to reuse all of these things, to create like a header and a footer with dark mode, create pages with navigations and things like that, and create like the first page with the 3 sections to be able to have them in there after the publish date, and then to review the SEO and be sure that everything is created properly. So basically this is the exact prompt that I have used for all of the tools that we're going to check. And yeah, in here I created some of notes that will help me create this video, and the tools that I've tested with what are the conclusions. And let's go and verify the first one. So first I will just go into Bolt.new. If you don't know, this Bolt.new tool, it's an free with premium things that will help you code things directly in the UI. And in here I have just pasted that prompt and asked it to create something. Let's see, set up a directory, and in here you have the prompt that I've did. After creating most of the things, I've remained without credits in the free plan. And in here you see that this, when I click that, the project it's already spinned off. And in here you have the structure for this. You see that it's created the components for these things, the content. So the things went pretty smooth with the Bolt.new, and this helped me like create a decent website with, you see in here, the content and created something for me to use. And yeah, you see that you have the packages with Astro, Tailwind, with and MDX that it's installed. This thing is using like an old version of Astro. Right now we're in 5, but like this the AI it's trained to do with this. So let me show you. So basically this is how it's looking right now. So you see in here that you have a dark and light theme that it's working. You have a search is not really working. I mean, the search will not work in any of this project, but yeah, I mean, I don't know yet why. This is just to demonstrate the capabilities. And in here you have the application with the self-hosted things, and you see in here that you have for GitHub it also created a logo, and in here you have a nice box with all of these things. You have the footer. In here you have the self-hosted section. In here the problem was when I tried to tell it, okay, create also a page for the GitHub or other things that you have in here. It created this, but it presented an error, and I didn't have any credits to go next and see what is happening, and I've let it like this. So yeah, this is the Bolt.new. With this you can easily just deploy it, and it has some great features. I know about Bolt for some time, and I was eager to try it. They have also, the next thing is the Bolt.diy. So basically this is like the new name. It's like Autodev, I think it was in the past. So what this tool will help you do is to install the Bolt interface locally, and in here you can go and install it and use it with what LLM you want. And I've tried this with several LLMs, and I've also tried it with DeepSeek. I've tried it with DeepSeek R1, with the DeepSeek V3, and let me go and check this. So let me open the terminal. Let me open Ghost. So we can go and start this. So if you don't know, this is the Ghost terminal, and I'm using it to manage the project. I will let a link in the description if you are interested to see how you can install it and make it look like this. So let me go to CD websites and Bolt.diy. So in here I have the Bolt installed, and right now I will just start it. I think it was npm run dev, and right now this will start the Bolt. So basically to install this, it's quite easy. You just go and clone this and you install some of the packages. Let's see. So in here you see that you have the installation step. So basically you're just cloning this repo, you are installing the npm, and then you install the project packages and you just run it, and then you will be able to go to the UI, and this is the UI in here, and you see that I have configured some of the things in here, and basically then if you have everything configured, you'll be able to prompt it. So for instance, if you're going to chat with DeepSeek right now, I'm just trying you to also show you this tool. It's not really working, yeah, because I think they have problems right now, and yeah, things are not going too well for them. I guess everyone is using them. They are saying that they are under attack. I don't know what to think, but let's see. I've configured also some other things in here. I've tried this with the Sonnet. Let me stop this. I have also tried it, I don't know, with Google. No, not with Google, but I think I've tried this with the Grok. And in here, for instance, you have also an options to go and chat with the DeepSeek Air 1 distilled llama. And who are you? And this thing should be quite fast, for instance. So I've tried all of these things in here, and let's see. And in here we have some project that I've tried with the directory and things like that. Let's see if we have access to them. So yeah, it tried to create something. Sometimes I have problems when I run npm installs and things like that. I don't know, it's failing. I mean, this thing is not that stable, but I didn't like spend a lot of time testing this. I see, for instance, that right now this is working, and you see in here that it's using Grok for this, so you can go and see how it's working for you. So it helped me create something, but don't expect yeah, that it's like top notch. Again, I haven't done a lot of tests with this. I was just very curious to see how this is working and how it's working with DeepSeek, and I will try it some more after I fix the problems that I have. But with DeepSeek, it didn't do a very good job. Let me open it again for you to show it to you. Let's see, maybe this one is DeepSeek, that I've tried it on Monday. Yeah, it's still telling me to work with Grok, and you see in here that it has some errors sometimes and things like that. And yeah, I mean, I haven't yet fixed that errors, but this thing is not usable with something like DeepSeek because it didn't connect it properly. Again, they had problems, and maybe this is the reason. But again, you can try with Grok. It's free to use this and see how it's working for you. I haven't tried it like with the full thing, because you see in here that I have some errors sometimes, so this is not quite stable. But I wanted to show you this tool and what was my experience when I've presented the prompt. After I make this work, maybe I will give it another try just to see how it's working, because this tool, it's quite easy to use because you will have everything in this area. You have also the preview, you have the chat in the left side, then you can go and publish it to GitHub, deploy it. And yeah, I need to dig deeper into this tool, but in the beginning, I just wanted to try it and see how it's working for myself. Okay, the next one that I have tried is the Trae.ai, and this one I've already created a video in the past, how it's working. Basically, this is something created by the TikTok creator ByteDance, and it's free right now and you can use it. And this thing created something for me, and I have it in here, and in here I have all the project. So for instance, in here you see that I have all the project that I've opened with the terminal. I have the Anthropic one that it's created. I've tried with cursors. This is the DeepSeek one that I've tried, but it's not working right now. Created one with Gemini, tried with Mistral, the Codestral. And this one, it's with Trae, the one that is creating right now. So you see in here that this is the interface, and in here just use the builder to go and create everything for you. This is quite fast, and even here you can use the Cloud 3.5 Sonnet. Right now it was ChatGPT also when I reviewed this in the past. And yeah, if it tell me create this thing, I see that I have no history in here. I don't know why the history is not existing, maybe because it's not opened with the exact project. And that's why, but it has a nice interface, and you can go and check this tool if you want in the previous video to see how it's working. Basically here, just prompt it and it will start creating some of the things. And you can see here that it helped me create a directory with Trae. It installed everything for me. Astro, it created some assets. Well, I think this already were there. You have some of the components for this. You have the content with alternative, with self-hosted, with tools, and in here I don't have a tool. It looks like you have the layouts for this. You have the pages in here, and it's using the latest things in here. And right now we're going to go and see how this went, and we're going to see exactly what created. So let me close this and let me go into the project for this. I will use Ghosty for this because it's it's looking better. So let me go and open the directory trial with the code, and in here we should have the code for this, and npm run dev to start this, and I will just go and visit and show you what it has created. Okay, let me close this, Bolt.diy, and this is the interface that the Trae helped me create. So this is a basic interface, and in here you have like a hero, and you have the self-hosted online tools that you don't have anything right now. We have the alternatives, you have the footer. So it looks similar with what Bolt.new created. Let's see. So this thing is also working. The light, the self-hosted, and in here you have also some search, you have the categories, you have some filters with alternatives, and you have the page with the tools. And right now you see that you don't have that light to dark mode change, but you can go and learn more about this, and it created a page with the tool. And yeah, overall it did a decent job creating things, but this looks basic, and yeah, it's not that fancy. It's just like something created, but it is usable. And yeah, this is what Trae did. And then let's go and check other tool that we have in there. So next, I also heard about WindSurf, and for the one that doesn't know, WindSurf, it's an IDE that is like, I don't know, it's not that old, and it's built by Codestral, and it has some free tier, and then you need to go and pay for the things. And yeah, I have installed it and I have used it. And in here, if we're going to check and see our resources, let me see the plan. And in here you see that this is the usage. So basically you have like a free trial that ends in 30 days. I think it's 40 days in the beginning. And in the beginning you have the 50 prompts. I've used 13. You have flow actions, 200. I have a lot more, and you have the options to purchase the credit. And in here you have the pricing, and basically this is the pricing for this. So this is the free one. You see that you have like then after you have this expired, you have some of the credits that are added, so you can go and buy some credits and things like that. But again, I just wanted to see how it's working and how it's doing. So I have it installed right here. Let me go and fetch it from the other side. Let me make this thing bigger. So this is quite similar with Trae, or let's say Trae, it's similar with this one. In the right side in here you have the AI, and you have the write mode, you have the chat mode. Again, in the write mode, it just creates everything. Basically, I think it took me only 10 minutes to create all of the things in here. And in here you can go and ask it something. The interface is quite nice, and let's ask it something, but I will ask it after I will show you this project so you can see how it's looking, because maybe it will mess something in here. I don't want that. And in here, for instance, you have the cascade usage, and in here you see again that this is the usage, that you can check it also in here directly. So it's quite nice. And you have options to manage the memories. I'm not very familiar with this, but what I can tell you about is that it can help you build very fast with the AI in the interface. It's quite nice. You see in here that you have everything created, and you have icons for Astro and everything. This is just out of the box. I didn't configure everything. So this thing is pretty smart. And this is the project, and this is what build. Again, you have in here the components and created everything. You have the config for this, for the SEO. It created some SEO things. In here, the content, you have the tools, you have the self-hosted and the alternative. So it creating everything. In here, you have the content collection, you have the base layout to layout, you have pages for this with navigation and index. So this, it's pretty smart and created something quite interesting. And yeah, in here you have all the packages, and let me go and open this. Okay, let me go again and cd into the one that is for this, npm run dev. Okay, let's go and open this and see. Okay, let me open this. So this is the one that WindSurf created. You see again, it's looking very similar with this one. It has like a box, but it has more effects if you are checking in here, and it's looking I think most nice than the one that I created with Trae. And in here you see the options to go and check the tool. So you have a tool area in here. In here you have the sections. So it tried to create something in here, let's say the with the grid option, and put it in the other way around, but this it doesn't look to work. Again, in here you can filter, and by some of the things you can search. Again, this functionality are not working. So it's looking more nice. Let's see if the dark it's working. In here it's working, but if you change the page, it's not working. So you see that in the dark mode it's looking nice, and implemented the dark things. So again, this WindSurf, like it's quite nice. And for instance, if we're going to go, just to show you a little how it's working, you can go and open it, and let's see the chat. Let me ask it something just for you to understand. So go ahead and make the first page more modern. I did a mistake in there, but I'm just trying to show you how this it's working. And in here you see that it's running, and it's here it will start analyzing everything, and it find out that Astro it's in here. It goes to the index, it goes to the hero. Yeah, I'm just trying you to show how this it's working, and see if it can do a better job. So what I found, it's like very similar with the Trae one, so you can give it a try. Trae it's free right now. This one it's not free, but yeah, again I like it how it's working. Please change the hero component, and in here you see that you have like the code with the changes and everything. You can apply it right now. When I've used this, I didn't use the chat, I used the write thing, and it was just directly creating everything in there. But in here you see that right now it just goes and do this, and you can accept it for this. Accept all. It has something like that, maybe. I don't know. It prompts you to accept everything. It should have like something that for everything it was like that. And again, you can go and check it in here. Okay, let's see if create is something else. Okay, so right now let me save index. Let me go to hero. No, it was saved. And we can see if it changed anything. So yeah, it added some of the things in here that you can see. It changed the hero to look nicer. And yeah, 3 tools available. You see that added some interesting things. So like this, you are working with it. If you want to go to the write mode, again in here you see that it has something different. Please add some more modern things. I am just showing you these modes because I really liked the WindSurf interface, and I like it how it's working with the AI, and definitely you should give it a try from my point of view if you want to have something, let's say, that you want to use and help you with the code. I've tried also Cursor for this, but I didn't really like the UI, and it just messed up with my project, with the directory in there, and eventually I get bored with Cursor, because when you try first and then you go to Cursor, it's not that good experience. So you see in here that it just show you the details and open this in the side, and in here you just accept it, and right now everything should be saved. And if you're going to go and check it, you see that it even made it even better, and you see in here that it's looking quite nice now. So here you see that it added some hero details. Let me see the not dark. So yeah, it's working quite great, and it's quite smart. I mean, the Anthropic model, it's smart, but again, WindSurf, it is using it very well. And yeah, this is not even came close with what the other tools managed to do. I will show you, because yeah, this video it will be quite long, but I hope it will present you some of the informations that are nice. So let me see the next thing that it's on the list. And okay, the next thing that it's on the list is the ROO Code. So basically, if you don't know, ROO Code, it's a Klein fork that it will help you work with an architect. It has an ask mode, and it has some other options to use some other LLMs in there. Basically, I didn't use Klein a lot, but I liked more the ROO Code, how it's called right now. It was ROO Klein in the past. So basically, this is an extension. Just go and install it. And I did the installation in Trae, because this was the ID that I had in the past. And in here, if we are going to go and check the details, we're going to see that I've created some prompts in here. Basically, I've tested the ROO Code with the Anthropic one. I wanted to see how much it will cost me to create something with Anthropic and ROO Code. I tested it with Codestral. I tested it with Google Gemini. I tried this going to the DeepSeek, and we're going to see how we did with all of these things. So you see here that I have some chats. Let me see if I can find one. So the first thing that I've asked it to do, again, I'm using the same prompt, and this is done with the Anthropic one, the latest model, and in here you see that yeah, I have created this thing and you see that I have used the cache, and it cost about $1 and a half to generate all of these things, and it used the cache a lot. Some of the problems that I had when I was using this tool is the fact that it tries to cache everything, and sometimes you were limited by the Anthropic API. Basically, I had the error with 40,000 tokens in 1 minute limit, a lot, and I needed to wait to create everything. So first I've used the architect from this area to ask it to do the things in there. I just copy paste the prompt, and then it said, okay, I've created the logic for this, and let's go and start with building the project. And you see in here, I've just start working with this. There are like not a lot of errors, but that errors were like pretty annoyed with the tokens that were used per minute. So I guess if you are in a higher plan with Anthropic, you can do that. So this thing, it created everything for me, and let's go and see the files first for this. So I have it in the Anthropic. Okay, this is the directory, and it helped me install everything. It worked quite good. And is here you see that you have a OG image created, and this thing is created by itself logo for GIMP and GIMP UI, and yeah, it's quite not for the self hosting tool like this, and try to create something in there. Again, SVG logos for Canva. And if we're going to the SRC project, it created a component. Basically, it has the similar structure with the other one, because all of using the Anthropic layout. It created unified layout, it created pages like this. It didn't create a navigation, but again, this can be prompted. And yeah, the project, it has like a similar structure, and let me show you how it did, because I think this is the most interesting one from the others that are out there. So let me show you right now. Let me open Ghost and let me close this. Let me go back and ls. I hope you are not getting bored with this. It's like a more long video, but there are a lot of things that I've tested yesterday. I just wanted to show you, maybe it will help you with, I don't know, seeking something. And in here, let's go on npm run dev. Okay, and let's see what the ROO Code did with Anthropic. And let me open the directory again. So you see that the directory has been opened. So right now you see that it created, let's say, an interesting design in here. And what I like, it's what it did with this card. They're looking better than the other one. The hero is not that great. You have like the search things in here. When you hit the productivity, it will show you the category productivity in here. You just need to add some things to make this work, but again, all of these things are not working in any of the projects. So what is not working is the light and dark. So we're stick with dark right now. If you go to the self-hosted thing, you see that you have like a filter in the left side, which is looking pretty nice. Again, you have the same format for this with the same effect, which is looking quite nice. And again, if you are going here, you see that you have like a more interesting tool page, and in here you have the options to see the details with the key feature, to check it if you are going to click it. In here you have the interface UI with the picture that he created. Basically, this is just a picture with the UI to demonstrate things. And yeah, I mean, I think it is have created the most clean results that the other tools did. And yeah, it goes even in more details by creating this SVGs. And yeah, it did a pretty good job. So ROO Code, it can be used quite nicely with the Anthropic. And the other thing that I've done, it is let me close this, is to try the ROO Code with other things like Google Gemini, for instance. I wanted to see how it's doing when you are going and try with the Gemini. Let me see the history, where it is. History in here. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, this has not a lot of things. Maybe this one. Okay, I think this one is the one that I've done with the Google one. And yeah, what I can tell you with the Google one is that it's very fast. It was free because I was using their experimental one. It's not the one that it's thinking. It's the one that it's the experimental one, the latest one. And in here it helped me create something. Again, this was very fast. And some of the problems that I've had is the fact that it rate limit me on a minute basic, because yeah, there are a lot of requests that were made and it created something. I mean, this thing was so fast that I couldn't even see what it created in here. But if we're going to go into the directory, let's see the structure, directory Gemini, and in here you have the source for these components, footer, header, and this is more basic. It created test things. You have the layout with one layout, you have the pages. So this is on the simpler side than the one that it had, that was created with the Anthropic. And I mean, the Google model doesn't even come close with the Anthropic one. I don't think like any model it's better right now than the Cloud Sonnet 3.5, and this is like last year thing. I'm just excited of what Anthropic will go and release soon. So let me go and open the Gemini thing. So let me go on to the Gemini. npm run dev, so you can see what it did. Okay, I mean, open these browsers, and in here you see that this is the interface. I mean, it's very basic and nothing is working besides what we have seen with Anthropic. This thing is like child play, and yeah, it's not getting even close with the other things. But again, it's very fast. It's like stupid fast. That's the thing that I'd like. You cannot even see the code. That fast it is. And okay, let's see if I have something else on the list that I have tested, because I've tested some other things. Okay, so I've tried the OpenRouter DeepSeek with this root code thing, and I've tried also Codestral. Both they are free. So if we're going to open the requests in here, let me close this. Okay, I've tried some other things in here. The problem is with the OpenRouter. So for the one that doesn't know, the OpenRouter, let me open that website. So basically OpenRouter, it's like an interface where you can use an API that will help you talk with different models. It has some free ones, and you will pay directly in here. For instance, you see that it has some DeepSeek, distilled llama one, and here you have the price. You have the Gemini ones, you have the Air one free. Right now that it's it's free from DeepSeek, and you have the R1 that it's not free, this one that I tried, and you have the DeepSeek, the normal one that you can go and try. So basically in here, just add some credits, you have the keys in here, and you can go and run all of this. And in here, for instance, you can check my usage. I tried use this yesterday, and first I've tried with the DeepSeek R1 you see in here, and basically just to think of these things, it used like 10 cents, and this thing is not cheap, and this is just to think what to do, and it wasn't even that fast from my point of view. I mean, it wasn't really usable, but I said, okay, let's give a try on OpenRouter with this, and it didn't impress me. I did that because the one from DeepSeek was not working. It still doesn't work when this video is created. And okay, this thing, it's like very expensive. I don't want to use it. And let's go and try the other one. And the other one that I've tried is the V3. And I've tried it from here. This one, you see that is not that expensive. Has a 16,000 context. Again, it didn't do wonders. I mean, it was like quite stupid if you compare this with the other ones like Anthropic. If you compare this with the Gemini one, I mean, it's similar, it's in par. I didn't try ChatGPT with this. Yeah, I like more the Anthropic one, and I don't like what ChatGPT is telling in terms of coding, at least the 4.0 version. So that's why I've focused more on these emerging models. Let's say emerging. This is for some time, and yeah, I mean, this is the experience that I had in here. You see, the ROO Code was the tool that I've used, and I tried to do some of the things. Sometimes was blocking. I mean, didn't do a pretty good job, and that's why, I mean, I don't have like a finished thing in here to show you. Some of these prompts are from there. I think this one, you see that you have some errors and things like that. I think this one, it's the one that I've tried with the R1 with the reasoning you see in here. And yeah, you see the cost. I mean, I thought that the cost is quite big for this. The idea of DeepSeek, it was to be cheap. It's not cheap with OpenRouter. It is what it is. Okay, next, what else? I've tried Codestral, and Codestral, it's offering a free option. You can just create an API, and they released like a Codestral 0115, I think it was. If you check for the Codestral, I have an account with Codestral. You can go and check it for free. So this is the Codestral, and you see that they're bragging a lot. I've tried their LLMs models in the past. They were very good in the beginning. Right now I don't like them a lot. You can go and use them for free in here. So in the beginning they were doing a good job. Right now, not so much. I don't think they are, I mean, in par with what we're seeing right now. If you're comparing this with the V3, not the Codestral version, but the large one that they have, I mean, they're good, that they don't having reflection. So I also tried this, but I mean, it tries to do echo when I was trying to create files with the ROO Code, and yeah, I mean, at some point I said, okay, I mean, I cannot code like this. It's like stupid to do echo to create files, and sometimes it didn't even work. Some other things that I've tried is the cursor one, so I have installed it in here. Let me see. So basically this is the old one. I've used it in the past. I've tried to create a project in here. You see that, yeah, I mean, I'm not using the agent mode because I don't want to pay them. I've just inputted the Anthropic model in here and starting chatting with this. At some point, what I didn't like about this is the fact that it tried to create in a directory, couldn't go into that directory to create things. And I didn't like the interface too much. And yeah, because of this, I've decided to just stop. It was like late into the night yesterday, and I said, okay, right now I'm not going to use cursor because I don't quite like the interface that much, and I prefer to use, for instance, WindSurf and Z. I've also using Z for sometimes with this, and if you don't know, Z is a new IDE, and it has AI built into it. And I'm using Z for most of my projects, and it allows you to use other models in here. Let me just show you if you're not familiar with this. So in here you see that by default I'm using their Z AI, which will allow you to use $10 of free credits. It's quite good, and you are just interacting in here. You have some options to add context and things like that. Well, I think this is most for building when you have something. I think it's better when you import files and you are chatting with this. It's very fast. It's having a free trial right now, and it's like something that you can use. You can install also other models in here. Let me see. You can go and configure the AI in here, and for instance you can go and add the other models. So you see that the Z1 is configured. You can go and add your API key for Anthropic. You have the GitHub Copilot chat. It has some free tiers in here. They just added DeepSeek if it's working. You can go and use Google AI, LLM Studio, Olama, OpenAI. So you can use most of the things with this Z1, but again I've tried creating. It offers the Anthropic default responses, and that's why I didn't create it anything from scratch. This one I think it's more suitable right now. If you're trying to modify a project, you can add a file in here, chat with it, put the workflow to modify things. I've also created a video in the past with this. I will link it into the description if you want to check it in more details. So yeah, these are the tools that I have tested, and I hope this video helped you better understand the tools that are out there that can work with AI, various LLM models, and how they are doing. And if you liked what you have seen, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video.